Wow, look at that. Bobby Payne's right there. Let's go back to Bobby Payne. Bobby, what do you see on that? Give us an update. What do you see?
David, right now I'm seeing the backside of the wedge tornado, and the rain has wrapped around the tornado, so it's going to be very hard to see. I'll tell you what, it's very violent motion now, just about a mile to 2 miles, mile and a half. It looks like it's getting ready to cross the Chickasaw Turnpike here pretty soon, just right in front of me. Back to you, David.
Okay, just remember, Bobby, if you're going to try to shoot the gap, you better do it. If not, you're going to be driving through debris. So remember that. It's going to be a possibility. There's a violent tornado crossing Kohler Road right now, and Baker Road, and and there's Chickasaw Turnpike. It's going to cross the turnpike on the bend, all right, at Baker Road. And we hope that the Oklahoma Highway Patrol has shut this down. If not, and somebody's on it, it'll toss a car like a toy, okay? Violent tornado continues. Down here, tornado emergency continues for Hickory. If you live north of Hickory, if you know anybody that lives north of Hickory, go ahead, give them a call. You might just save their life, okay? You might just save their life if you give them a call right now. That's what the tornado is. Boy, I'll tell you what. Let's query some of the data here real quick. Yeah, we're on the threshold of EF4 stuff here right now, folks. 90, yeah, 90, and we've got 70, 80, 90, give or take. Yeah, it's a violent tornado. It's a big tornado, violent tornado, and you can tell. Look at the mile. See the mile squares? And circulation, you can basically pick out. It's a mile wide. It's every bit of a half to a mile wide tornado.
And Tom and Rob have a shot up.
Okay, let's go to Tom and Rob. Let's take their shot. And Tom and Rob, the tornado, tell me what you're looking at there. You're looking off to your east. Give us an update. Looking off to your north. Go ahead. Go ahead, Tom. All right, well, there's a shot.
The tornado is wrapped in rain from our location. We had a clear vantage point, one of the view down here, but I am trying to get east out to one to reach that one.
Okay, Tom, hang with it. I want you to go east, right? I need you to go east, out of Sulphur like you're doing. Keep going east, and then we'll get you back out ahead of this thing. But go east. Just keep blasting east. I know you know what you're doing. I'm just trying to help you out here a little bit. Okay. Boy, I tell you what, it's crossing the Chickasaw Turnpike right now. Let's come back to Oklahoma City. Let's come back to Oklahoma City, talk about our storm. Violent tornado crossing the Chickasaw Turnpike a mile north of Bobby Payne. A mile north of Bobby. Bobby's shot is just all dark. You can't see anything. It's wrapped in rain. Okay, let's come back to Oklahoma City. There it is, crossing the turnpike now. Violent tornado. Let's come back to Oklahoma City. Let's talk about the supercell up here real quick on Storm Shield. Let's come back north. And let's come back north. Tornado warning. Vaughn's right there. Jim Gardner's right there. Let's go to Vaughn. Look at this shot, folks. You want to see what we call a LP, or low precipitation supercell? Looks like a barber pole spinning in the sky. You want to see that? Look at that. Look at that shot. Okay, this is coming up, and it's going around. There's the next layer going up and around. That is a rotating thunderstorm. Now, we don't often see it like this because we have a lot of humidity, and this is all covered up most of the time here in Oklahoma City. This is what storms look like in western Oklahoma and the Texas and Oklahoma panhandles. They don't look like this. That's a supercell. Let's go to Vaughn. Vaughn, we have your shot up. Give us a quick update on what that storm's doing. How tight's that rotation underneath it? You're looking right at it.
It's starting to tighten up right now, right over Highway 9. That would be southwest of Pink on Highway 9. I'm starting to get rising scud off of from Highway 9, right over Highway 9. So it looks like it's developing maybe a small wall cloud, a little lowering right now, but it's starting to tighten up, and we'll keep watching it, David. Back to you.
Okay, all right, let's go to Jim Gardner. Great job, Vaughn. No tornado on the ground. Vaughn's right there. This is for eastern Cleveland County. Let's go up top. Look at that. Look at the striations. You think that thing's turning like a top? 1, 2. Count them. Count them. There's like Thunderbird. Jim, you're looking right at it. There's a spot. What do you think? How fast is that stuff rotating from your perspective? Give us an update, Jim Gardner.
Well, it definitely has a rotation in it, David. I'd say it's not rotating really fast right now, but it's just a humongous wall cloud. You can see the Lake Thunderbird. Now, this is on the very southeast corner of Lake Thunderbird. Look at the cloud up above it, David. You can see the hole that is cleared out. as it goes up, and that top shelf cloud, it actually wraps around. If we went back to the left, but the light's pretty bright, it wraps around the back side of this wall cloud there. So you can see that come around, it wraps around the back side, and then that is just cut a clear spot out of that. And it is definitely rotating, David. It is very low to the ground right now. I'm sitting right over, I just passed Laurel Lee Lane at 180th Street here, southeast of Lake Thunderbird. But man, what a wall cloud. Nothing comes out of it yet, but it is in clear air, and it is just it's just crazy looking, David. Jim Bear reporting live from Bob Mills, Scotty's 9, back to you.
Well, Jim, we call this a mothership. It looks like a big UFO is invading Lake Thunderbird. I mean, that's what it looks like. Jim, back out just a second in your shot. Just back out. Look at all this flowing up and into the updraft. That's the updraft. Look at the striations here. Look at that, folks. That is incredible. You see this stuff up in Colorado. Okay, so supercell, tornado warning continues for East Norman. We're talking about Lake Thunderbird. Let's go back to Storm Shield. Go back to Storm Shield. Here's where Jim is. Vaughn's right here. Circulation's right back in here. Okay, let's go to velocity data here. Let's see if we have anything on velocity data. It's spinning. There it is. It's right here. Let's go to shear rate. Let's see what we have on shear rate.
Let me switch radars.
Okay. All right, go ahead. There it is.
Really close to this radar
Yeah,
site.
there it is. Okay. Still have it, though. It's over the north finger of Lake Thunderbird. That's the dangerous part of this storm right now. Right here. Right here. Right here. Okay? And it's moving east-northeast towards Twin Lakes, towards Bethel Acres. Okay? We need to do a storm track on that when we get a second. OBU, Shawnee, you need to be watching this thing. It may not produce a tornado, but I tell you what, it sure could. Okay? North of Little Axe, north of Lake Thunderbird, north sides of the lake, on the north finger. The north finger, okay, that's where the possible tornado will be if it develops. Right now, you just saw the shots from Jim and from Vaughn. It's not on the ground. Okay, let's come back. Let's back out just a bit, guys. Let's come back out. Lacey, let's back out just a bit here. By the way, there's the dry line coming in. Let's talk about what's going on quickly up north. Let's go up north here. Guthrie, storm, not doing much, barely severe, a little bit of some small hail. Let's go farther north. Orlando, that storm is a supercell. Alan Brose is going to be on that. He's coming south. That's going to have some rotation with that golf ball size hail headed towards Perry. All right, let's go farther north. Blackwell, thunderstorm over you, but nothing crazy right now. And other thunderstorms back to the northwest. Marty Logan is going to get in place here shortly. He's looking right at that shot. But nothing turning up here that we're concerned about, okay? It's a severe storm, damaging winds, quarter-size hail. If it starts to spin, trust me, we'll get back to this. But Newkirk, Blackwell, get ready for damaging winds, 60, 70 miles an hour, quarter golf ball size hail over Lamont, back to Medford and Renfro. Severe storm for you, also northeast of Byron.
OHP shut down the Chickasaw Turnpike.
There you go. OHP just shut down the Chickasaw Turnpike. Okay, let's come back south.
David, we are getting reports just right on the right side of the lake that the tornado is on the ground. We saw a report of that online. I have that Vaughn and Sky News 9 are right there.
Okay, let's hey, let's go back to Jim Gardner. And hey, Jim Gardner, do you see the tornado on the ground? Let's take Jim shot full. Jim, do you see the tornado? Give us an update. What do you see on the ground there?
Well, you know, Dave, we're trying to figure it out, but it may just be it may just be clear air. But it definitely looks like it's lifting up some dust and some leaves in there. And you can see right there, and I'm telling you, that is very low to the ground, David. It's just a huge wall cloud, and it is rotating. But you can see the dust right in there. We really haven't seen a tight funnel, but there is lifting dust up in there, and some we saw some leaves and stuff. But as we're talking, this is getting lower to the ground. So this could drop a huge tornado, David. But again, it looks like it's right on the east side, or the northeast side of Lake Thunderbird is where it's sitting, and you're seeing it live from Bob Mills, Scotty's 9. You can see all the dust that is right there off that front part of that big wall cloud there. You can see the dust rising up. I start seeing dust out in front of it now, David, as I'm coming around here. So I don't know if that's on the ground or if it's just lifting dust, David, but right now we're trying to figure that out. But we got a great shot here. I don't really see any heavy debris at this time. I just see dust and like leaves and stuff, but there may be a tag hanging down in there. But it's just a huge storm, David, just a huge wall cloud as we pull back out wide here. We're getting a little really good shot of that right there. That tells the story right there, David. That is just a massive wall cloud, and it is, like you talked about, the serrations are even getting more defined as that is rotating. And like I said, it's setting right now. I'm looking at it. It looks like it may be on the northeast side of Lake Thunderbird, David. But right now, I really can't confirm anything on the ground. You saw a lot of dust of what we saw, but again, I don't think it is on the ground at this time, David.
All right. Hey, Jim, great job. Here's what I want you to do real quick, Jim. I know you're looking off to your northwest. Kind of drift north. Kind of come around that right side if you can. Kind of come around just a little bit on the north side of this thing, okay? Just take your chopper and just come around to that right side where you see all that clear air. Not left, come right, and then look back down in there, okay? If you can, go a little bit north, fly a little bit north, and then look back in there, and let's just see what you see there. Okay, let's go to Vaughn Caster, and he's on the ground. Jim's going to go a little further north. Yeah, get up on that north side. Let's go to Vaughn. Let's see what Vaughn has. Vaughn, do you see anything that it looks like it's on the ground or trying to go to the ground? I know you're getting in a better location. You're getting to a higher point. Give us an update, Vaughn.
No, nothing on the ground right now, but it is starting to, the base is starting to lower. There's a lot of scud being brought into it right now, and that would be kind of on the right under the updraft. You've got a beaver tail coming in from the south of it, but right under the updraft, it's starting to lower. So a lot of scud being brought up to it, and a lot of rotation with it. Back to you, David.
Vaughn, what's this right here? What's this in your shot? Is that rotating, that little tag hanging down?
There's a lot rotating in from the left to the right of my shot, David. There's a lot rotating in there, okay?
Yeah. Hey, Vaughn, to the left of that big tree on the right-hand side, to me that looks like the spot right there. To the left of that tree, it looks like that's really spinning.
That's correct.
David, that circulation is around 156, just north of Little Axe by about a mile.
Okay, all right, there it is. So Vaughn's right there, and Vaughn's right there. Jim Gardner's right there, up in the air, looking at the same thing. This thing is beginning to spin. Vaughn's right there looking right at it. We'll see what it does. Okay, let's go back to Storm Shield 9. I want to point out, Oklahoma City, we are in the clear. All right, we're in the clear now. If you haven't figured that out already, it's east of us. Here comes the dry line. And thunderstorm now east of Guthrie. It is rotating. Darren is right here. And Vaughn is right here, along with Jim Gardner. That storm not producing a tornado, but the tornado warning continues for western Pottawatomie County. We said it was going there, and it is. All right, let's zoom on in.
And I'll just give you an update down south. The tornado, if it's on the ground south of Roff, is 2 miles south of Roff, crossing Highway 1. Circulation is a little weaker now.
Okay, all right, that's good. We're going to go back to that storm in just a second. Twin Lakes, Shawnee, you need to be watching this storm. You need to be thinking about what you're going to do if this does produce a tornado. Golf ball size hail, maybe tennis ball size hail with that. And it's going to parallel and go just north of Highway 9. Pink, you're not out of the woods yet. Tecumseh, it's going to be close. Looks like it'll be just north of you.
They're sounding the sirens in Bethel Acres.
Okay, good call. Sounding the sirens in Bethel Acres.
And we got a storm track for you, David.
Back to the southwest. Let's do a storm track on that. Let's go to Pathfinder 9. And Pathfinder 9 here. There it is. And this is the hook, all right? Now, we're not storm tracking the hail in the damaging winds. We're storm tracking the hook. Moving east-northeast. Look at Shawnee. You're in the red line. Shawnee, you need to be thinking about this tornado warning. For you, it does include you right now, and it needs to weaken. But if it doesn't, it's going to go right over Shawnee. That mothership you were looking at is going to go right over Shawnee. It's going to go right over Shawnee. And then here are the times now. Twin Lakes, 5:33. Bethel Acres, 5:38. Bethel Public Schools, 5:38. Cross Timbers Elementary School, 5:43. Tecumseh, downtown, 5:44. Kickapoo Casino, Shawnee, 5:45. Shawnee, downtown, 5:48. OBU Campus, 5:48. And Sequoia Elementary School, 5:51. Grove School, 5:53. Earlsboro at 5:59. That's where the tornado is, if it's going to happen right now, though it's not. It's not on the ground. Vaughn's looking at it, and Jim's looking at it, okay? OBU, I'll say it again, and Shawnee, 5:48, okay? If you live north of Tecumseh and in the Shawnee area, up to OBU, up to I-40, back to Twin Lakes, you need to be thinking about going to your safe spot as this gets closer to you, okay? There's no tornado on the ground right now. We'll go back to Jim here coming up. Let's go back south, talk about this violent tornado we've had on the ground. This violent tornado that we've had on the ground.
Storm Shield 9.
Storm Shield 9.
And we have 2 new tornado warnings that are south of that storm, David.
Okay, and here we go. Durant. There it is. Another big storm down here, probably on the ground already. This is Durant. And this is really scary because this looks like it's going to try to come into Durant. Let's back out. Who? Okay. Never mind. I got it. All right, there's Durant. Let's go to Jim Gardner. Tornado on the ground. Let's go to Jim Gardner. There it is.
Get me on the air.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Jim. You're on the air. Go.
Yeah, David, this just dropped a real quick funnel, real fast. So you see it just going back up right now. That came right out of the back side there. We were just turned around. I couldn't get around to the right side of this thing because I was getting cut off by hail and rain. But just as we rolled around, it just dropped a really fast one, David. Came down, touched the ground, and went right back up there. So again, it is trying to get itself together here, David. And it could possibly drop a very large tornado, but therefore just real quick, it came down the ground and went right back up, David. So there's definitely, this is the one to look out for. Jim Gunner live from Bob Mills, Scott is 9, back to you.
Okay, all right, great job, Jim. If it does it again, just jump in. So let's be listening for Jim. Vaughn's on the ground, and you saw that brief tornado touchdown. It was a little tiny funnel. It touched down again, and that's going to be on the north sides of Lake Thunderbird there. All right. The tornado warning continues for Cleveland County, eastern Cleveland, and western Pottawatomie County. Okay?
Yeah, I see your shot.
All right, I see Vaughn's shot. Vaughn's on the ground. Jim's up top. Okay, let's go back south of southern Oklahoma. Let's go back south now. This has been a large, violent tornado. Let's go back south, and let's go to Storm Shield 9. And here's Tom. Tom's right here. He's in Roth, and new area of circulation now. Lacey, let's put on reflectivity here. Let's get our bearing straight, see what we're looking at here. Okay, so we have 2 areas of spin. Yeah, we've got another area over Connerville, tornado warning in Connerville, and that's going to be headed east. It's going to go probably north of Wapanucka and Clarita. Clarita, you're in the line of fire. In Wapanucka, possible tornado now west of Wapanucka. So if you live in Wapanucka, up Highway 48 to Clarita, you got to go to your safe spot, okay? And then back here, this is the original storm that was a violent tornado back up in here. And Tom and Rob are right there. Let's go to shear rate, if we can, on that. Just curious what this thing looks like. It's definitely weakened. Definitely weakened.
Tom are right there. Tom and Rob.
Okay, let's go to Tom. Let's take Tom's shot, control room. Tom, it continues to weaken some, at least that northern storm. Give us an update. Have you crossed any damage yet? You're probably not far enough north. Give us an update.
Yeah, we're on the south side of Rock right now. Can't see the tornado. We do have a lot of leafy debris falling on us. But, you know what? We're on the back side of it, and whatever there is, it's probably still wrapped in rain. Back to you, David.
Okay. All right. It's still on the ground? Okay. All right. Let's go. Tom, it's still on the ground. Where's Bobby Payne now? Bobby Payne dropped south, and he's getting east. So, Tom, tornado's still on the ground down south. That tornado is still on the ground southeast of Roth. All right? It's headed towards Fitztown right now. Let's get an update. Let's go back to Storm Shield. Let's go back to Storm Shield and get an update. There it is. There's Tom and Rob. There's Roth. There it is. Yeah, tornado on the ground with that. Yeah, it looks like it velocity data, but it's almost out of velocity range now. Tornado on the ground now southeast of Connerville, and this is going to be on the far southern fringe of our viewing area, headed towards Clarita, possibly Wapanucka. All right, it's way down here. All right, here's Tupelo. Here's Stonewall, possible tornado down here with that storm. All right, southeast of Centerville. There it is. There's your tornado right here, south of Centerville. It went south of town, but not by